to the church. We hear so much on the news, God help. We hear so much on the news. We hear bad news. You read in the papers bad news. Get on Instagram, Facebook, bad news. And the question comes, is there a word from the Lord?
This is jailhouse video of pastors Cordell Jenkins and Anthony Haynes being booked into the Lucas County Jail. The pastors were arrested last week for alleged sex crimes against kids. Thursday, they'll face a federal judge.
They'll probably just stay right there. That really becomes a matter for the U.S. Marshals of where to house them. But they'll probably stay there until after, their Thursday detention hearing. Once that happens, it'll be determined whether they will be continually held or if they will be released on some kind of bond.
The documents released by the FBI detail numerous explicit sexual encounters the men allegedly had with kids. They show Pastor Haynes introduced a child identified as Juvenile 1 to several adult males. These males provided Juvenile 1 with money in exchange for sexual activity. The documents mention a woman as well as other adult males who were introduced to Juvenile 1. Could there be more arrests coming?
I can't speculate on that. It depends upon how the investigation unfolds. Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and if it leads us to additional people that need to be charged, then obviously we will work with the U.S. Attorney's Office in getting those charges.
The men allegedly had sex with their victims at local motels. Pastor Jenkins is accused of having sex in his office at the church. Court documents show FBI agents also obtained surveillance video from the Red Roof Inn of Jenkins entering a motel room and leaving about an hour later. The Red Roof Inn, also referred to as the Red Roof, sent 13 ABC this statement. This has become a police matter and Red Roof is fully cooperating with local authorities. Red Roof does not comment on ongoing police investigations. FBI agents collected evidence from the ministers' homes. They also searched Pastor Jenkins' church, Abundant Life Ministries. FBI agents say an indictment could be handed down in 30 days.
Charges could change from what they've been held on right now. There could be additional charges. There could be something that, okay, maybe this charge fits better. It could alter between now and indictment, or it could stay the same.
The evidence collected from the search warrants remains sealed.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dawson from D&D TV and also Dawson Speak. On behalf of Denise and myself, we'd like to thank everybody who's rated, comment, and subscribed. Even our new subscribers who have joined us, we appreciate it. And for those of you who view our channel from time to time, we appreciate you too. Now, we understand that no one is perfect when it comes to living life, and many have often turned to spiritual leaders for guidance. However, there comes a time when a person ceases to be a man of God and instead becomes an agent of Satan. 2 Toledo, Ohio pastors are now allegedly in that category after being arrested for human trafficking. Pastor Cordell Jenkins, 46, founder and leader of Abundant Life Ministry in Toledo, along with Anthony Haynes, 37 years old, are accused of exploiting a then 14-year-old girl in a series of sexual encounters over a period of years. According to criminal complaints, the girl was first indoctrinated when Haynes and another woman had sex in front of her. After that encounter, there were several more sexual encounters at various hotels, motels, and even at the church itself. Evidence of the crime was caught by security cameras showing the girl entering and leaving hotel rooms with Haynes and Jenkins. The FBI took the lead on the case, and a representative stated that the most recent encounter occurred last month, March 2017. My only question that I asked on the last video when we talked about the other pastor, Kenneth Atkins in Burnwick, Georgia, when we talk about the things with Bishop Eddie Long, when we talk about Chris Hill, when we talked about all these different pastors, and you all see this on YouTube, black women, y'all are up in these churches with y'all kids. Where are y'all with y'all kids? I'm talking to the black queens, the black, these women who want to throw out scriptures and don't touch the man of God. And if the man of God gets caught cheating on his wife, it's not, that's just how men are. And, every man cheat and all this kind of stuff. And then you blame the woman more than you blame the man. Where are y'all at, man? Y'all children are getting messed over. Y'all are getting messed over in these churches. And I know it's not all churches. Y'all, come on, let's not do that. But it's more churches than not. That men just get this power, this mind control that they can have over y'all. And all they got to put on the end of a sentence is thus saith the Lord, and God said, and God spoke to me. Well, here are two men who are supposed to be the men of God, who always say, God spoke to me, and let's shout it out. And the word of God said, y'all heard them preaching in the beginning of this stuff. And if you want to hear them preach anymore, they got videos on YouTube. Y'all can go look and see how charismatic they are. How they're trying to persuade the crowd, and they're so in touch with what's going on and what God said. But God wanted y'all to be accused of sex trafficking. And it wasn't only these two. From the documents, the complaints, the FBI complaints, they said they actually had other men, and there was a woman involved too, who would come over and they would do this to this young girl. Now, I heard some people saying, well, you know, a lot of these kids, they're fast now and they know. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care if the kid's fast. I don't care if the boy fast, the girl fast. When they're underage, they're underage. You as an adult have to control your own sexual urges. I don't care that she's 16 and she's developed like a woman and she's shaped like Nicki Minaj or Beyonce. She's still 16. I don't care that he looks like who LeBron or whatever, and he's on the high school basketball team or football team. You're still a teacher. That's a kid. And the thing is that we let a lot of this stuff go when it happens to young boys, and we get on it when it happens to girls. But these women need to be held accountable just as much as these teachers who sleep with these young boys too. And why I'm so hard, as I said on that last video, when it comes to black in the black community and in the black churches, because stuff like this we shy away from. We don't want to talk about sex. We don't want to talk about sexuality. We don't want to talk about drugs and disease. We don't want to talk about anything in the black community that makes us air our dirty laundry. Oh, they already think of us like this. Why are we going to talk about that more? Let's just watch and pray. Let's just let God handle it. I hope that generation of people just hurry up and die off. So the people who know that if God's going to do anything, if it's up to be, if it's going to be, it's up to me, that those people begin to rise up and to understand that God is not going to do anything. When he said it was finished, it is finished, and that you need to walk into it. And when it comes to issues of you protecting yourself and protecting your family and protecting your children, that's your authority and your power and your dominion that God gave you to take and to have. You ain't got to ask Prophetess Bynum about that. You don't have to go look at the potter's house for that. You got power and dominion in your own life. And we sit here and we're so engulfed with what other people are doing in the world. We're so engulfed with what's going on Love and Hip Hop and what's going on Housewife and what celebrities are doing. And let me go see what's going on with this celebrity. If Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj get back together, what's going on with Remy? What's going on with these people? And your children are here getting fucked by people who's supposed to be men and women of God, by school teachers, by people who are supposed to be coming to serve. We're so engulfed with what everybody else is doing and other people's reality that have nothing to do with your own. I was talking to a client the other day. She up here telling me, my kids want to go. We want to go to the Chris Brown concert. And I want to go to this concert. I'm like, you already don't have food enough to feed yourself. Your kids need tutoring. What's more important, going to a Chris Brown concert or tutoring? Priorities. Now, I know I sound like I'm preaching up here, but it seems like I'm the only one on this shit that actually care. I guess I'll never understand, and I hope I never do, how you could be a man or a woman of God or a community leader or somebody who's a teacher, and you're supposed to be here to help and serve and protect these kids and, go in communities and help underprivileged people. And you use your position to get into these women's head, to get into their children's life in order to display your deviant behavior. That's why you became a teacher. That's why you became a youth counselor. That's why you became a therapist. That's why you became a social worker. Come on, that's why you became a pastor, to use mind control to manipulate people, the vulnerable in society. And these dudes have churches filled of women and children, y'all. And we don't care about that. What's more important? We tweeting about what's going on with Beyonce and her kids. Let me tell you, Beyonce and Jay-Z kids going to be taken care of. Who going to take care of yours? Who going to look after your kids and make sure the pastor don't rape them? Who going to make sure your children are right? And some women are chasing men, and I'm gonna stay on that till the day I die. You better start, y'all women, y'all better start taking care of y'allself, because a man will easily get you impregnated and leave your ass there with them damn kids and be on to the next girl or the next younger girl who's in her 20s. And you sitting up there in the church mad at somebody else and mad at this, and it's your fault that you sat there and let that man do that to you and do that stuff to your kids. And now you up here mad at every man and all these niggas ain't shit. No, it's probably your selection process that ain't shit. This is just stupid as hell. And the fact that these dudes got wives. These pastors both are married. Big ministries. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, why is all this mess being revealed the week of, what's this, Resurrection Sunday of Easter? Why is all this stuff? Because, and I'm just going to say this, I don't think the true power of God can really come out and really get on the people to heal people and to rectify their minds and to give them the abundant life that God wants them to have, because we got too many wolves in sheep clothing. We got too many pimps in the pulpit. We got too many people who want to harp on other sins that seem visible and other things that seem, that are outspoken in people's lives so it can make them look better. You want to sit there in church and harp on this and harp on that, but you got y'all leaders right here doing sex trafficking with young girls. You got other pastors around here raping young boys. You got other pastors around here picking up prostitutes and, mishandling funds in the church and stealing. Giving out fake prophecies in order to manipulate women so they can have sex with them. Traveling evangelists and traveling prophets going from town to town, telling these, and I ain't gonna say they poor and naive women, because if you can get up and tweet about love and hip hop and be on Facebook with all this nonsense, you know what's going on. You just choose not to know what's going on. And just let these men just walk all over you. Let them do whatever they want to do to you and to your children. And the only thing you're going to say is God going to take care of it. And I'm going to pray and God going to get you and vengeance is mine. I'm going to pay. No, some things you know before you walk into it. Some things you know that are happening to you and you choose to turn the other cheek. You choose to be blind when you know stuff happening to kids. And for those women and men who are in churches and organizations and these kids are vulnerable and some of them don't have mothers and some of them don't have fathers or any family members. They in your care not to abuse them, not to take advantage of them, to teach them the way. MSNBC or something were talking about all these political people and people who were high professional people who were going over to the Philippines and all over into Asia and all these other countries. And in this sex trafficking with these younger kids, but they have kids too. I don't know. I don't know. But I just want y'all women to wake up. Yeah, I want the men to wake up too. I'm not letting none of these niggas off the hook. Half of them in jail anyway. You knew they were a dog before you got with them. But I'm talking to y'all because y'all women have a choice for who y'all gonna have sex with. You have a choice to let a man ejaculate in you or not. It is your choice. You sit there and look at him. Oh, he's this and he got a nice car and he got a nice ride and he looked like Drake and he looked like this person right here. And you choose to have sex with him and you listen to what he say, but you never ask God to give you a discernment on who the hell he really was. And now you messed up with these kids and this dude is nowhere to be found. So quite naturally, I'm gonna be hard on the women because y'all have to carry these babies for 9 months. A dude, what is it? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And this stuff, it just keeps repeating itself over and over again. And now it becomes so noticeable because now we have mothers who really just don't care nothing about their kids. Just send them to the after school program, send them to the church program, send them over there with the pastor, send them with the people at the group club and all this stuff. And you don't even know who those people are. The people who are talking to your kids and who are influencing your kids. The only thing you worried about is getting your hair done so you can go to the club or getting your hair done so you can go with somebody else's husband. Or go try to find a man. Y'all, this your boy Dawson. I'm done. We just gonna keep hearing stories like this and more stories like this. To women and men, y'all with children, wake up and realize, like I said before, just because a person has charisma, just because a person can be persuasive, just because a person can move a crowd, just because people fall out because the music is playing and they tell you to shout it out and dance all around the church, it doesn't mean that they're a man or a woman of God. Peace.